Hello, and what happens when two comedians sell their beef on live on Netflix when they both were bashing each other? Now they come to bury the olive branch, bury the hatchet. We talk about Kevin Hart and Katt Williams burying the hatchet and moving forward. We'll talk about it right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Viral. We talk about comedians Kevin Hart and Katt Williams burying the hatchet, put the past behind them after they were saying some nasty stuff to about each other. Now they finally come after Katt Williams make a surprise appearance on Kevin's roast on live on Netflix, and they finally buried the hatchet. We'll get to it in a minute, but first thing first. Join in the conversation using the hashtag viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on Viral, we talk about comedians and Kevin Hart and Katt Williams burying the hatchet. Comedians Kevin Hart, Katt Williams, especially Katt Williams. Katt Williams has been bashing Kevin Hart, saying that he's an industry plat and saying that Hollywood is pushing him because they know how to control him. Well, fast forward to this past week on the roast of Kevin Hart, when Katt Williams made a surprise appearance right here, right now.
Me and this man have been at odds for years on years. You coming out here, quite the fucking surprise. But Katt, I can sit and I can watch you, I can laugh because I'm a fucking fan first. Okay, I'm a fan first. Katt, we have an opportunity in real time, this is live television, to put our fucking beef behind us. I am offering you an olive branch of peace. I want to be a brother. I want to be a friend. Katt, I want to move on. Can we move on, man? Can we move on? Katt Williams, one time, ladies and gentlemen. Katt fucking Williams.
All right, you saw that Katt Williams made that surprise appearance. But in the past, Katt Williams has been saying some real bad things about Kevin Hart and others. Here's what Katt Williams said about Kevin Hart on Club Shay Shay. Saw right there a lot of that. Katt Williams at the time said that he really meant it, but he was at a place that he felt Kevin Hart wasn't truly genuine. A lot of people thinking this ain't genuine anyway. Well, let's get the man of you know who can investigate this. Our very own Bob Evans. Bob, take it away.
Tonight on Viral, one of comedy's biggest feuds may have just come to an end. During the roast of Kevin Hart, the crowd was stunned when Katt Williams made a surprise appearance to roast Kevin Hart live on stage. The two comedians have traded public shots for years, with Katt often questioning Kevin's rapid rise in Hollywood and Kevin firing back in interviews. But this time, after delivering his jokes, Katt shared a surprising moment with Kevin that shifted the energy in the room. Kevin responded by publicly showing respect to Katt, and the two shook hands in what looked like a genuine attempt to move forward. Of course, Kevin being Kevin, he quickly turned the moment into another joke, keeping the roast energy alive. Now fans everywhere are asking the same question. Did Kevin Hart and Katt Williams officially squash their beef, or was it all just part of the show? One thing is certain, nobody saw this coming. For Viral, I'm Bob Evans.
Thank you, Bob, for the informative insight. Bob Evans is one of the best, and he digs down deep to figure out what's going on. But like I said, Kevin Hart and Katt Williams, a lot of people are saying this may be just for show, just for entertainment, and a lot of people saying that this ain't genuine. Well, let's see what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say. Let's see what you people had to say on what people say.
I was at Image Entertainment at the time. We shot and produced and financed Kevin's first stand-up special, I'm a Grown Little Man. We pitched that special to Comedy Central.
Right.
They watched it, they loved it, they put it on, it overtook Katt Williams' Pimp Chronicles at the time as the top-rated comedy special. But my company at the time, Image Entertainment, we were up for sale. We owed Kevin like $550,000. In the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of money.
Right.
Kevin's agent called me and said, Brett, y'all owe us some money. I need you, this is on a Monday. I need y'all to pay us by Friday, or I'm going to sign with your competitor the following Monday. So I go to my CFO and I'm like, hey, I know the company is in the middle of a sale, but I just need you to cut this $550 to Kev so we can keep him, right? Boom, boom, boom. He was like, Brett, I can't let any money walk out the door. Our books are frozen until the sale goes through. I'm like, it's only $550 though. Like, look. And he's like, I can't do anything. So I call Kevin's agent back and I was like, hey, can I get an extension on that? I'm just waiting for this transaction to go through. And he's like, nah, you have until Friday to pay. On Monday morning, we're going to sign with your competitor. Friday came and went. We did not pay Kevin the $550 because the books were frozen. On Monday, Kevin Hart signed a 3-picture deal with Cold Black Entertainment and Jeff Flanagan. Those 3 titles were Seriously Funny, Laugh at My Pain, and Let Me Explain. Wow. Do y'all understand how this interview would be different if I had paid Kevin that $550,000?
Yeah. That's
okay,
crazy.
So I didn't pass.
But you didn't pass. That's what I'm about to say.
But it's a regret.
Yeah.
That I couldn't control. But yeah, no, that like, but that's how this business is, right? Like, you know, he took off.
Yes.
Took off, right? You know, and so, but it's all good because everything happens for a reason.
Also, let me do this video. It's mad unnecessary, but it's necessary. I forgot to mention Katt Williams, y'all. I apologize. Katt Williams came out as a big surprise. His set was solid. It was solid. Y'all just running with me. Yeah, mention Katt at all. What about Katt? Yeah, mention Katt at all. I don't like Katt Williams. I forgot to mention him. I also forgot to mention Draymond Green. I see y'all saying nothing about that. I forgot to mention Tom Brady. My bad, y'all. My bad. I was thinking on the fly that Katt Williams set was solid. It was solid, y'all. Relax. Fucking...
The Kevin Hart roast last night was excellent, and I'm saying that because I miss when comedians were able to really say whatever the fuck they wanted to say and people not be sensitive. That used to be a time. I know it's long and forgotten, but there used to be a time where us comedians could say whatever we wanted and wouldn't have to worry about getting canceled. And nobody on that stage was offended by what another comic said. So I don't know why in the hell I'm seeing online y'all being offended for people that wasn't even offended. I truly don't think y'all understand what a roast is. A roast at that magnitude, in that environment, on that stage, no holds bar. And everybody in their own way did their thing last night. Besides Tiana Taylor, that was trash. Cheryl Underwood, they was on her ass all night long. She didn't get offended. I don't understand why people be offended for other people who aren't offended. She even started her set by saying she was glad freedom of speech was back. They was up there talking about her husband who unalived himself, making black jokes, and she wasn't fazed. What did she do? She went up there and did her thing and clapped back. That's what you're supposed to do. Even Lizzo was cool. Not necessarily her jokes, but she was able to laugh at what people were saying about her. She didn't give offended. If she was offended, she ain't let it be shown. So we, as consumers, need to stop being offended for somebody else if they not offended. Until she comes out and say something, why are we tripping? Naeem Lynn, hilarious. So for the people who say they don't know who that is, they should know who you are now. Draymond Green, A+, bro, A+. I know that's not your lane, and at certain points it felt like some of the jokes that you was about to deliver made you a little uncomfortable, but you still did your thing. Salute, bro. Tony Hinchcliffe. Tony Hinchcliffe, to me, had the best set last night, mainly because he don't give a fuck. He will say whatever. And if you watch his podcast, show, whatever you want to call it, That's him and his true self. Tony is the type of person that would never get canceled because he has the type of following who likes that type of content, that type of material. Regina Hall, everybody all night was saying, oh, she's not having a good time, she's not enjoying it. I personally think she was just in character to deliver her monologue the way it needed to be done. Now, I could be wrong. She might have been uncomfortable based on the type of jokes, because the jokes was wild. I don't know if that was her first roast or what, but if it was somebody's first roast, I believe you would be uncomfortable if you don't have dark humor. Katt Williams. Katt Williams showed us why he's one of the best comedians in the game. I think that was honestly probably the most dope thing that happened last night, was the fact that Katt Williams came out to roast Kevin Hart, and the fact that they was able to make an olive branch to end it. Now, I personally don't think it's ended. I think Katt still feels the type of way, but that's neither here nor there. It's done. The Rock was being gay, but it was like a cool gay. It wasn't like a bad gay. Only thing I wish they would have did for The Rock, because he was a special guest, they ain't say his name, but I wish they would have played his wrestling theme music. I think that would have set everything off. If you haven't already, I recommend that you watch it. If you are into dark humor, if you're into people saying whatever they want to say, I think you should check it out. It's just jokes. It's just funny. You should not be offended.
Katt Williams and Kevin Hart still hate each other. I'm not gonna sit here and act like just because they gave each other a hug, all the beef is over. Katt Williams didn't even want to look Kevin Hart in the face when he was reaching in for a handshake. Kevin tried to extend the olive branch and say, hey, let's end it here, you're here on the roast, let's put all the beef behind us. But the both of them still can't stand each other. When Katt Williams was bringing up the Diddy parties, that made Kevin very uncomfortable. He was like, him not responding to any of these jokes is telling me that he's guilty. And then Kevin came on stage and started naming everybody. He started snitching immediately. Why was you laughing at them jokes? You were there too. Kevin Hart even brought up the fact that Katt is jealous that he's not in his movies. He's like, you're not even up to standard to be in my movies. All you play is a pimp. We don't need a pimp in the jungle, which is kind of true. And I already know that there's going to be somebody saying, oh, it's only jokes, they're playing around. These are truths disguised as jokes. Kevin Hart was even talking about his acting skills and saying that I had to act like I was cool with Katt Williams on this stage. That is a truth coming out. It's disguised as a joke. You have to remember that Katt Williams broke records when he was on Shannon Sharp's show, and he aired out everybody's laundry, and that pissed a lot of people off, including Kevin Hart.
You people didn't hold back one bit. You people let it be known about Kevin Hart and Katt Williams. Some of you aren't buying it, and some of you are buying it. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this and see if Kevin Hart and Katt Williams can truly keep their word, or just for show for Netflix dollars. Thank you all for watching this edition of Viral. I've been your host, Kendra Dix, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.